Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We're just getting started with your nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. One person was hurt in a car wreck in Fargo that slowed traffic for a time in South Fargo. It happened around 10:30 last night near the I-94 off-ramp at 25th Street South. One person was being treated at the scene, but there's no word yet on the extent of their injuries. A Minnesota woman has been killed by a black bear in the northern part of the state. Police say the 62-year-old from Maple Plain was staying with her parents in a remote cabin on Red Pine Island in Rainy Lake near International Falls. She went outside Sunday night after hearing her dogs barking, but never returned. The woman's parents called police, who later found a bear standing over the woman's body. The animal was acting aggressively and was shot. Wildlife biologists say a predatory attack by a black bear is beyond extremely rare. A school shooting threat at a Fargo North high school kept nearly 300 students out of classes there yesterday. Teachers found the threat written on a desk on Tuesday. It said, "I want to run away. School shooting 9/4/19." The school's superintendent says after discovering the threat, school officials worked with Fargo police and determined there was no legitimacy to the threat being carried out. They're not identifying the student responsible for the threat and are not saying what consequences that student could be facing. When you hear the words school lockdown, scary images often come to mind, and that's what area school districts are trying to avoid. As of this school year, Fargo and West Fargo schools are using the terms lockdown and hallway closure to make sure no one is confused about what is happening during an emergency or a threat. A hallway closure would include a medical emergency or a student crisis, such as a behavioral issue. A hallway closure allows class to continue without disruption. A lockdown, however, requires extreme safety measures, including stopping class, staying quiet, and staying out of sight from doors and windows. It's now 8 minutes before 7 o'clock. Let's get a check of our Thursday forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until the top of the hour for Hubbard County and Wadena County and Becker County, though the storm is mainly on the Hubbard County side right now. Here's a look at the latest radar. Lots of lightning here. Here's Bemidji to help orient you. And then it's down into southern Hubbard County where we're looking at this storm that could be producing some 1-inch diameter hail. And in addition to that, some wind gusts that could get up to about 60 miles per hour. It's clear the Park Rapids area, so it's moving right along Highway 87 here and will continue moving toward the east, and it will affect that southern end of the county, also down into northern Hubbard, or rather northern parts of Wadena County. We're looking at some of those storms impacting us there too. This is our hail size estimate. You can see there are several little clusters of storms potentially producing hail. The largest by far, of course, south of Park Rapids, where it was when this was taken. And we're looking at large hail, potentially 2 inches in diameter, wind earlier on in the last couple of minutes. And up to the north, we're still seeing some storms there, but we're kind of quieting things down a little bit more for you in Beltrami County. Expanding the view, we'll expect to see these storms to clear out as we continue through the rest of the morning, and we'll start to quiet down here in the valley. These are moving basically from west to east here. Our temperatures are 50s to some 60s. It's 61 as you step out the door in Fargo, 60 in Grand Forks. That wind coming in out of the south at times has been brisk, some gusts into the 20s. And as we head through the day today, a big range of conditions. Up north and east, we're more likely to experience cloud cover and perhaps even some spotty areas of light rain or some sprinkles in that region. Bemidji up toward Lake of the Woods and along the international border. Southern Valley, we're more likely to enjoy sunshine, especially south and west, where we could hit 80 over in the Ellendale area, maybe Sisseton too. Fargo in the mid 70s, Grand Forks low 70s for highs today, and unfortunately to the northeast, more likely into the 60s. So really a nicer day down in the south and west today. The rest of us get to enjoy a nice day tomorrow, mid 70s, and this weekend expect temperatures cooling down in the 60s with a chance for rain on Saturday.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Hundreds of people are piling on to our Facebook page about this story. You're about to find out why here. A Moorhead College student claims he found a dead mouse in his salad at the school's dining hall, and he has video to prove it. Isaac Olfint says he was sitting at the MSUM cafeteria with his friends when he found that dead mouse. His friends at the table recorded it. MSUM blames the food company Sodexo, which provides most of the food across campus. Sodexo tells us they are investigating, and they say that the salad was provided by a produce vendor. Now, Olfin says he doesn't blame the school, but he does wish the school had alerted students after it happened instead of hiding it. MSUM says the health and safety of their students is their top priority. The city of Fargo is trying to catch up after Monday's destructive storm. High winds knocked down trees and power lines. There's been a full staff up in North Fargo, which was hardest hit, but it will be another 2 weeks before all of those tree limbs that fell are finally cleared away. You can help the crews by stacking branches on your boulevard, and for now, you can also take your branches to the landfill free of charge. A Fargo business is looking to make some major security changes after several thefts over the past year. Fargo Tractor called our whistleblower hotline, saying the most recent crime was caught on camera. Lawnmowers, trailers, and tractor batteries have been stolen from the lot over the past year. They already have security cameras, and now they're looking at other measures, like possibly putting a fence around the area. One local school's effort to get kids moving and fight obesity is also a battle against bullying. Hillsborough Elementary School's principal, John Dryberg, says he applied for a grant to install speakers outside the building. He thought playing music during recess would inspire the kids to dance and get some exercise, and it worked. But what he also found out was that the music helped the kids unwind and get along.
When I play music outside, it just seems like they're more relaxed with each other. And then when they go back inside, if they didn't have issues at recess, then I don't see them in my office because of issues in the afternoon either.
Dryberg says he's outside with the kids for recess every day, even in the winter, until it hits 20 below. Fargo Lowe's employees are stepping up for area kids through the company's Heroes Project. Workers used a $2,500 gift to rebuild the maze at Gooseberry Park in Moorhead. They tore down the old one and put up new walls, and they're inviting the community out to help decorate it. They'll have paint, stencils, and a whole lot of supplies available, plus a free dinner. If you want to help, just head out to Gooseberry from 5 to 7 tomorrow night. It's both sweet and spicy. The YWCA is having their Chocolate Fantasy and Chili 2 event today. To show support for the shelter, you should head on out. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning, giving us a preview of this sweet event. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. It is such a fun event, but it's also so important, that Chocolate Fantasy and Chili 2 event that the YWCA puts on. And I'm here with Julie Haugen, who is the COO with the YWCA. And I first want to just talk about the mission behind the YWCA, because it is such an important shelter here in the area.
Yes, at YWCA, we're about empowering women and eliminating racism. Right now, there's 67 women and children calling our emergency shelter home. Women who are scared and looking for an opportunity to rebuild their lives. And so by supporting YWCA, you help make that empowerment possible.
And so how does this fundraiser help the YWCA? Where are these funds going?
Everybody who comes out today will have the opportunity to help the YWCA emergency shelter by buying your ticket, bidding on an auction item. We also have a great opportunity today, thanks to our friends at Vision Bank. Every donation made today will be matched by Vision Bank. It's $44 to provide a night of shelter to a woman or her child. And so when you make that contribution, Vision Bank will match it today at our event.
And there's so much going on here. It's going to be such a fun event. What are people going to be able to do when they show up, especially if it's your first time coming out?
Oh yeah, there's lots of fun. It's going to be a great time. You can come out and you can sample all of our desserts. You can hit the chocolate fountain, which is one of my favorite things. We're going to have a photo booth, over 200 silent auction items, something for everybody. So it's a great event, and for all ages and all family members too.
It really is, and the Valley Today is going to be out here serving, so you're going to want to come out from 11 to 7 at the Delta by Marriott. You can just show up and get your ticket right at the door and then come and enjoy some of that sweet chocolate.
It's going to be a fun day. Abby Furchner reporting live for us. Thank you. And let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. A new survey found that men today are 3 times more likely to do this in public than their fathers. The answer? Cry in public. And we have time for one more look at the weather.
Yeah, today we are still dealing with storms. We have that severe thunderstorm in effect for another minute here. It is moving out of the viewing area. Still dealing with storms in places like Hubbard County, Park Rapids, and up into parts of Beltrami County. But that should be moving on over the next half hour or so.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live, up-to-the-minute news and weather right now.